It's so hard with globally distributed teams that has like 24-hour coverage geographically. We have some people in this part of Asia, and then we have some people in this part of Europe, and some people in this part of Africa or Middle East, and then we have some people in the US, and everybody's working on this one thing that we're all building. It sounds great in theory, especially as a leader, though, it is super challenging. It is super challenging. You will rarely, if ever, hear anybody say this publicly. In fact, you will hear the opposite, which is, oh, here are all the wonders of these distributed teams and global 24/7 coverage, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe it's the right choice for the company, but it may not be the right sustaining choice for yourself. So I just want to call out that if you feel similarly, I'm not saying everybody should feel similarly. There's nothing wrong with you. It's okay not to take certain roles. Now, the other thing is, this is a tough job market right now. So you might have to take such a role because that's the only role available. And that's fine. That's fine. A lot of unhappiness comes from resistance to our present condition. When you find yourself in a conference call at midnight, and then you find yourself in another conference call at 6 in the morning, you're not going to feel good. But remind yourself of why you made this choice. Too often we forget why we made a choice, which is like, hey, I kind of need this job. And the other thing is, it is fine to do this. All I'm saying is, it is very difficult for most people to do this for years and decades together. The other thing I suggest is, at the right time, maybe you do 1 year of this, 2 years of this, 3 years of this. When circumstances allow, change teams, change roles, such that you don't have to work in that kind of context. My biggest tip is get over this mindset of, oh, distributed is always good or global is always good, because it is difficult. It is difficult, especially as you get to be in more and more of a leadership role. It gets meaningfully difficult because you have distributed teams. Another tip I'll share is be clear on sort of what times do work and what times don't work. Sometimes that's hard to do, but this is where I would recommend that you seek your manager's support. To the extent possible, work with your manager to clarify expectations. This will be an awkward conversation, I'm sure, but remember, all problems are messaging problems. So if you come up with the right messaging for this, it won't be as awkward and you can do it. Just be clear and get aligned with your manager, because problems occur when your manager has different expectations than you. Once you align with your manager, clarify that alignment and understanding to your teammates as well. So none of this is rocket science. What I'm trying to tell you is be aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it, and then commit to actually doing it by figuring out the right messaging.